Ben. I'll be your tour guide and driver today. Now, a few rules before we go on our wild Asian journey. Please remain seated at all times with your hands and feet inside the vehicle. It's for your safety as well as for the animals. No eating or drinking during the duration of the ride. Just keep the cars clean for the next guest, as well as absolutely no smoking. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy our wild Asian monorail. Because we cross the Bronx River, we're going to be transported to Asia, as if by magic. As we're approaching our Asian continent, I'm going to need your guys' help because scientists and zookeepers need good observation skills to ensure the animal's health as well as their behavior patterns. So in a moment, point out what you see and share your observations with the other guests. We have now arrived about 7,000 miles into beautiful Asia. Now in this meadow over here, you're going to see on your left is going to be known as the Kaha Meadow. Now we have a variety of different deer species in this meadow, known as the axis deer, bear-singed deer, black-horned antelopes, as well as some muntjac. You're not going to see all these deer species at the moment, but you will see a male axis deer off over there hanging out by himself. Now the axis deer has been introduced to the Bronx Zoo in 1899 when we first opened 120 years ago, making them a legacy animal all the way. Now we also have the peafowl. As you probably already know, the peafowl has the only animal that has free roam around the whole Bronx Zoo. Males are called peacocks, while the females are called peahens, and they're the national bird to India, like the bald eagle is to the United States. When the males display those beautiful feathers of theirs, that means they're trying to attract the mate. When they found one, they'll actually lose their feathers, but will grow them when the next season occurs. Now, as we're leaving the Kaha Meadow behind and entering this little area, here's one of our zookeepers, Michelle. Well, she works every day in a Kaha Meadow, attending to these animals' needs as a zookeeper.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm part of the Wild Asian Keeper team. We call this area Kaha Meadow, where we care for about 40 Babirusa deer, 15 axis deer, 10 black buck, and a pair of muntjac. We start our day by checking on all the animals, making sure they're healthy, behaving normally, and safe. Sometimes, fawns and calves are born overnight. Newborns are given a neonatal exam, which includes weighing, vaccination, and tagging for identification purposes. While the animals are in the meadow, we prepare their nighttime holding areas so that they have a safe and clean place to spend the night.
We all know that an animal that's extinct, that means they no longer exist, like dinosaurs and dodo birds. The animal we're about to see was actually on the verge of extinction, only found within North American and Asian zoos. Keep your eyes out because they're going to be preparing for a race right now. These animals are known as the Mongolian wild horses, otherwise called the Siberian. Now, these animals are very beautiful as well as interesting. In fact, they look a little bit like donkeys and domesticated horses. But they have very different features for them. They have shorter legs, stockier muscles, as well as an erect mane, which is missing a forelock. That's going to be the piece of hair that falls over the domestic one's forehead. Now, we do have 5 out today, but we have 9 in total here at the Bronx Zoo. The reason why the other 4 are not seen is due to the fact they are breeding pairs. So hopefully next season when you come visit us again, we'll have some baby horsefowl running around. Now in 1902, there was less than 300 of these beautiful animals surviving around the world. The WCS took a few of them in, however, where we've been able to have a very successful breeding program. We've bred over 50 Siberian horses, collaborated with North American and Asian zoos, and been able to reintroduce some of these animals back into the wild of where they once thrived, such as in areas of Pakistan, Mongolia, and China. There's even been recent reporting that some herds have been spotted as far west as in areas of Ukraine. This is their feeding grounds. They'll feed here every afternoon and morning where they'll get their nutritious food. But as we're leaving our beautiful area behind, here's one of our field scientists, Jonathan Slatt, who works in the Russian Northeast Corridor, protecting these animals and learning more about them on a daily basis.
Jonathan Slatt, I'm the Russia and Northeast Asia coordinator for the Wildlife Conservation Society. We have wildlife in the places. My job is Przewalski's horse went extinct in the wild in the 1960s. On a recent trip to Kazakhstan, we thought about the ongoing and successful efforts in that country to back to the Central Asian steppe. The world needs happy stories. Actually, possible and to see overstored. That's what's happening today here at Przewalski's horse.
I'm sorry about that, radio. I'm going to try to fix it. But in this enclosure, we're going to be on the lookout for 2 animals that are extremely endangered as well as very vulnerable in the wild. So keep your eyes out, because the first one we're probably going to see actually in a moment is going to be the Gaur. And off in the distance, in a little bit, we'll be on the lookout for the brow-antlered deer. But behind these 2 logs in front of us to my 11 o'clock, you're going to be on the lookout, because behind them is going to be the main herd of our Gaur. These will be the world's largest cattle. These animals can stand up to 6 feet tall, 10 feet in length, and weigh as much as 2,000 pounds. That's the equivalent of a small car. Those large of theirs can grow to an impressive length, usually about, for both male and females, about 12 inches. However, males will grow them larger. Now, if they have a larger bump on their back, that is going to be the males. And if their back's a little bit more smoothed out, and their horns kind of just go upward, that will be a female. These animals are fiercely territorial and protective of their herds. They'll fight off just about any kind of predatory threat that comes across them. There's even been recent reporting that these guys will fight tigers if they have to, making them one of the most ferocious herbivores on the subcontinent of India. You might be able to see some of our brow-antlered here off in a distance. However, I don't really see any at the moment. Keep your eyes out. They're going to be very small. And they earned the name the brow-antlered deer due to the fact that the males have a brow-antlered shape. But you might be hearing a noise come from behind us now instead of in front of us. And it's easy to forget that the Bronx Zoo sits in the heart of an urban environment. So if you hear what sounds like the city's traffic moving around right behind you, that's going to be the Bronx River Parkway, one of the busiest roadways within New York. And the large wooden fence in front of us that looks like it belongs in Jurassic Park. It's used to reduce our city's noise pollution. Noise pollution has always been a problem for the Bronx Zoo, especially for this enclosure right over here. So we built this large barrier to protect our animals so that they don't hear the annoying noises that occurs within our urban environment. Please remain seated at all times. Hands and feet inside of the vehicle is for your safety as well as for the animals. And if you're in the front row or the back row, please refrain from standing so that everyone can have a very fair and enjoyable view. And in about 5 seconds, we're going to be on the lookout for very rare and elusive apex predator. Below me, you'll see Josie, the Siberian tiger. Tigers have a variety of different animals. They can hunt They prefer to eat small prey, such as deer and wild pig. They'll stalk them for hours at a time until the moment is right, where they'll sprint up to 35 miles per hour, dig their 3-inch long fangs into their prey, and eat about 40 pounds worth of meat, which is the equivalent of 160 hamburgers. Now, tigers are also one of the few feline species that actually enjoys to swim. He's actually hanging out in his little hidey hole right now, so he likes to chill over there to cool down. Tigers are a solitary animal. They do not enjoy the company of other tigers in the wild, and the rare moment you'll ever see them with another companion for 3 reasons. They're going to be fighting over territory, so that they have food to eat. Breeding, which will last for a few weeks, as well as raising young, and that can last for a few years. The tiger stripe is different from tiger to tiger, just like the fingerprint of a human, and none of them are going to be the same. It helps us tour guides to see who's out today, as well as help professional researchers in the wild to track them down for researching purposes. As we say goodbye to our beautiful tiger here, here's one of our field scientists that works in Indonesia protecting the tiger from poachers every day.
WCS works with many species of tigers in the wild and at the zoo. Here is a note from one of our field scientists about his experience working with rangers to protect tigers in Indonesia.
Hi, my name is Fahru Abama. I'm helping the rangers of the national park in doing their forest patrol. There was a time when we found some tigers' footprints in the jungle. But then we also found that some snares are installed inside the forest, which become threats to the animal. We dismantle the snares to make sure that the tiger are safe.
So you see that female peacock displaying her feathers? That means she's interested. And the male's saying, no thanks. Over here, though, you're going to be seeing some of our axis deer right below us. Now, these guys are all huddled up in a group, and they've been introduced to the Bronx Zoo in 1899 when we first opened. That was over 120 years ago. Making them a legacy. Now, as we say goodbye to our Kaha Meadow, as well as that rejected peahen, we're going to be on the lookout for a very rare and unusual looking animal. Looks like a pig, has tusks that are up from above the snout, and go all the way to the back of his head. So keep your eyes out, because this animal is going to be known as the Babirusa, and we call him Herbert. Our female, though, is going to be Anna, so we're going to see her real close right now. Babirusa are named to the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. The word Babirusa, derived from the native language, translates into English, means pig deer. Now, we're looking for Herbert, though. He's going to be the male, which has tusks that are up from around the snout that go all the way to the back of his head. And he'll use those tusks to fight, as well as to assert his dominance in the wild, to fight off other rival males, as well as to attract a lady friend. They are an endangered animal, but the WCS has a breeding program here at the Bronx Zoo, so we're hoping for their future. But as we pass this tree right over here and say goodbye to our Babirusa of 10,000 pounds and nearly 50 years old, You're going to be on the lookout for our very large and beautiful Asiatic elephant known as Happy. Happy can eat about 200 pounds of hay a day and drink up to 60 gallons of water. Their trunk alone can hold up to 2 gallons of water. There's about 40,000 muscles in that trunk alone. Now, if you look at her trunk, there's going to be a thumb-like finger, and she'll use that as a tool, like how we use our hands to grab objects. So she'll use her trunk to pick up objects on the floor when it comes to foraging for food, or grabbing the branches off trees to rip off the leaves so that she can eat them. Elephants have really good hearing and smell, but they do have poor eyesight. It does not mean that they can't see us, however. You might see her throwing some dirt on her back, however, and that is to cool herself down, like how we use sunscreen so that we don't get sunburned. Now, to say goodbye to our beautiful Happy the elephant, let's hear one of our field scientists that works in Sumatra to protect these beautiful animals from endangerment.
WCS works in the field with both African and Asian elephants. Here is a note from our field scientists who work with Asian elephants.
My name is Dani Gunaryadi, and I'm the Elephant Conservation Coordinator for WCS Indonesia. The first time I saw a Somali